Reality television has given the world unforgettable love stories, culture clashes, dramatic arguments, and emotional confessions, but every once in a while, it gives us a moment so raw, so shockingly human, that it cuts through the noise. That's exactly what happened when a star from 90 Day Fiancé made the startling confession. "This has never happened before in my life. No matter how sick I have gotten, and I have never $*** the bed." For longtime viewers, the name Lisa Ham, often known to fans as Baby Girl Lisa, is synonymous with bold personality, unfiltered commentary, and unforgettable television. But this moment? It wasn't about fiery confrontations or international romance drama. It was about vulnerability, and perhaps, unexpectedly, relatability. A reality star known for strength, Lisa first stepped into the spotlight through 90 Day Fiancé, the hit TLC series that chronicles couples navigating the complexities of love across borders under the K-1 visa process. The show has launched many cast members into social media fame, but few have made as loud an impression as Lisa. Her storyline was dramatic, intense, and filled with cross-cultural tension. Viewers saw her navigate long-distance love, cultural misunderstandings, and explosive arguments. Through it all, she projected toughness, a woman who spoke her mind and stood firm in her decisions. Which is exactly why her recent confession hit differently. When toughness meets reality, illness has a way of stripping away pride. It doesn't care how strong you are, how composed you seem, or how many battles you fought publicly. It humbles you. Lisa's admission wasn't polished, it wasn't glamorous, it wasn't even comfortable, it was raw. "This has never happened before in my life." There's something powerful about those words. They signal shock, embarrassment, disbelief. They reveal that even someone who appears unshakable can be blindsided by their own body. For a reality television personality, someone used to public scrutiny, admitting something so personal takes courage. In a world of curated Instagram feeds and filtered perfection, this was the opposite. It was messy. It was human. The internet reacts. Of course, when a star of 90 Day Fiancé speaks, fans listen and react. Social media buzzed. Some expressed concern, hoping she was okay. Others cracked jokes, as the internet often does. But beneath the memes and commentary was something deeper: recognition. Because here's the truth people rarely say out loud: severe illness can bring unexpected, embarrassing symptoms. It happens. Bodies fail us sometimes, and when they do, pride goes out the window. What made this moment resonate wasn't just the shock factor. It was the reminder that fame doesn't grant immunity from basic human vulnerability. Reality TV's unfiltered power. Shows like 90 Day Fiancé thrive on authenticity, sometimes messy, sometimes uncomfortable authenticity. But usually, the vulnerability revolves around relationships, jealousy, heartbreak, betrayal. This was different. This was physical vulnerability. There's an odd paradox in reality television. Participants sign up to have their relationships dissected, their arguments broadcast, their mistakes replayed in slow motion. Yet the most personal struggles, health scares, private humiliations, often stay off camera. By speaking up, Lisa blurred that line. The psychology of public embarrassment. Why do admissions like this feel so dramatic? Because embarrassment is universal. It triggers one of the most primal human fears: social rejection. From childhood, we're conditioned to avoid humiliation. We hide our awkward moments. We downplay our bodily mishaps. We pretend they didn't happen. When a public figure openly acknowledges something so taboo, it disrupts that script. It forces people to confront a simple truth: nobody is immune to losing control. Sometimes, not even someone who has built a persona around confidence and confrontation. And in a strange way, that can be empowering. Illness doesn't discriminate. Severe sickness can hit anyone hard, whether it's food poisoning, a viral infection, or medication reactions. The body can react in ways we never expect. Lisa's shock, "This has never happened before," is relatable because most people have had that moment of disbelief during illness. How is this happening to me? We tend to measure our resilience by our past experiences. If we've been sick before and handled it, we assume we know our limits. When something new happens, especially something humiliating, it rattles our sense of control. That loss of control is what truly unsettles us. The human behind the headline. It's easy to reduce reality stars to caricatures: loud, dramatic, over the top. But moments like this remind audiences that behind every viral clip is a real person with a real body that can fail, falter, and surprise them. Lisa has always projected strength, sometimes stubbornness, sometimes defiance, but strength doesn't mean invincibility. And perhaps that's the deeper takeaway here. Why we can't look away. Part of the reason this confession gained traction is because it breaks a social rule. We're not supposed to talk about bodily mishaps publicly. They belong in whispered conversations, not headlines. But reality TV thrives on breaking boundaries. The show that introduced Lisa to the world built its empire on exposing uncomfortable truths about love across borders. Now, years later, one of its most talked about stars has once again sparked conversation, this time not about romance, but about humanity. Fame and fragility. Being in the public eye magnifies everything. A minor slip becomes a trending topic. A health scare becomes speculation. A confession becomes a headline. For someone like Lisa, who already faced intense scrutiny during her time on 90 Day Fiancé, sharing something this personal invites both sympathy and mockery. Yet there's bravery in that risk. Because vulnerability, especially for someone known for being outspoken and combative, shifts perception. It adds dimension. The bigger conversation. Beyond the shock value, this moment opens a broader discussion about health transparency. Public figures often feel pressure to appear strong, composed, and unbothered. But when they admit weakness, it creates space for others to do the same. How many people have experienced severe illness and felt embarrassed about what their bodies did under stress? How many stayed silent, pretending nothing happened? Lisa's statement, blunt and unfiltered, disrupts that silence. Reality, unscripted. In the end, this is what reality television at its best and worst reveals: life doesn't follow a script. Not love. Not health. Not dignity. One moment you're arguing about international visas under studio lights, the next, you're shocked by your own body's betrayal. It's unpredictable. It's uncomfortable. It's human. A lesson in humility. If there's one thread running through this story, it's humility. Illness has a way of reminding us that control is temporary. No matter how confident, outspoken, or prepared we are, the body writes its own rules. Lisa's words echo with disbelief, but also honesty. And honesty, especially the uncomfortable kind, is rare currency in the digital age. The takeaway. In a media landscape flooded with polished influencer perfection, a reality star admitting something embarrassing stands out.